In first chapter, evolution of computer, we have discussed the definition of the computer. The definition of computer, which defines such that computer is an electronic device which accepts the data stored in it, processes it according to the instruction and produces the output. Then how we have seen how computer works. The computer generally works like taking the input from the external world, and those input what we have got from the input devices like keyboard, mouse, joystick or mic, etc., which can be stored in a computer for processing. Then once your central processing unit CPU becomes free, that is going to be processed according to the instructions what we have passed along with your input. Then after processing, if the output is available, the output data is going to be sent to your output unit, like we have the monitor or the printer or the speakers. Then we have seen the characteristics of the computer. In characteristics, we have seen the speed, the storage, accuracy, versatile, diligence, the cost effectiveness, then no feelings, etc. So each and every part of your characteristics of computer we have discussed. Then we have seen the functional units of the computer or the functional part of the computer, in which we have seen the input unit. Then we have discussed regarding your storage unit, then the processing unit, along with that the output unit. Okay, so that we also call it the Bloyd diagram of a computer. So in today's class, we are going to discuss the new topic, that is the generations of computer. So over a time or over a period of time, computers has been changed drastically as the technology grows. In computers also, we have seen the different technologies invented, and those technologies were implemented in those computers. So in that manner, we have categorized or we have classified the generation of computer into 5 types, or we have the 5 generations of the computer. In 5 generations, we have the first generation of computer, the second generation of computer, third generation of computer, the fourth generation of computer, and the fifth generation of computer, based on certain period of time. So in that duration, certain technology or certain languages or certain peripheral devices or certain the technology what we are adopting in that particular generation, we categorize the generation of computer into 5 generations of computer. So we will discuss all these 5 generations of computer in detail one by one. First we will discuss regarding the first generation of computer. So the first generation of computer comes under the duration, that is from 1940 to 1956. So in this first generation of computer, we have seen the main device which is used in first generation computer is the vacuum tube. So in first generation of computer, we are using the vacuum tube as a main component of that particular computer. So using the vacuum tubes, the size of the computer become very large. So in first generation computer, we have a very large size of a computer which may occupy almost 1 room, because it contains so many connections, so many wires, so many switches. Therefore, the size of the vacuum tube is also large compared to the other components what we are going to use in next generations. तो फर्स्ट जनरेशन कंप्यूटर के अंदर जो हम डिवाइस यूज करते हैं उसको हम वैक्यूम ट्यूब बोलते हैं। तो फर्स्ट जनरेशन कंप्यूटर लार्ज एंड साइज रहेगा, स्पीड इज स्लो रहेगा, इसका स्पीड बहुत स्लो रहता है। अगर कंप्यूटर को ऑन करना है तो भी it will take certain 5 to 10 minutes. If you want to process some data to produce the information, it will take certain time, therefore it is very slow. And the consumption of power is very large. Power consumption is high, and the cost of the first generation computer is also very high. And this first generation computer uses the machine language as the input through which we can get the processing of data. So machine language means which understand the only machine, the codes which we have to write in machine code, that is using the zeros and one only. And the example for this particular first generation computers, which may include the ENIAC, EDVAC, and UNIVAC. So these are the certain examples for the first generation computer. The ENIAC stands for the Electronic Numerical Integrator and the computer. The EDVAC stands for Electronic Discrete Automatic Computer. The UNIVAC stands for the Universal Computer. So these are the certain examples for your first generation computer. Then we will move to our second generation computer. So the second generation computer is the advancement of the first generation computer. The things what we are lacking in the first generation computer to improvise or to improve the its speed or its decreasing in its size, the power consumption may be less. So to overcome the problems what we have faced in first generation computer, we come for the second generation computer. So next what we are having, the second generation computer. So the duration of this second generation computer is from 1956 to 1962, and the devices what we are using in second generation computer is the second generation computer. The main device what we are using is, in first generation computer we are using the vacuum tube. Similarly, in second generation computer we are using the device called as a transistor. So transistor is very small in size, therefore the size of the second generation computer becomes very less compared to the first generation computer. So it is small in size, and one transistor is equivalent of the thousands of vacuum tube. So the one small transistor size is approximately 1 inch. The vacuum tube is approximately 1 feet to 2 feet. So the second generation computer, the size is very small in size, and in second generation computer these are the faster as compared to the first generation computer. If in first generation computer its speed is for example 10 to the power of 3, then in second generation computer its speed is 10 to the power of -6 per second. Then the another characteristic of the second generation computer is it generates the less hits. So as the electrical connections and wires are very less, or the switches using are less, therefore the second generation computer produces the less amount of heat compared to the first generation of computer, and also the less power consumption. power consumption is also very less compared to the your first generation computer. Then we are using punched cards as इनपुट. सो जैसे आज के दौर में हम इनपुट डिवाइस के लिए हम कीबोर्ड का यूज करते हैं. आपको सेकंड जनरेशन कीबोर्ड या माउस का इन्वेंशन नहीं था, तो पंच कार्ड बोल के डिवाइस मिलता था, उसके थ्रू हम इनपुट अपने कंप्यूटर को देते थे. एंड इन सेकंड जनरेशन कंप्यूटर वी आर स्टार्टेड यूजिंग द असेंबली लैंग्वेज. So in first generation computer we are using the machine language which is understood by machines. So there is no need of a translators or the compiler. So in second generation computer we start using the assembly language. This we also call as a symbolic language. So in later in next chapters we will see what is meant by the language, what is meant by the language translators, what are the different languages, high level, low level, middle level, all those things we will see. But just you remember that in second generation computer we were using the machine level language to give the data to computer. With the help of those instructions or with the help of those programming we can solve the any problem solution. Then the examples for this particular second generation computer are IBM 1620, IBM 7094, CDC, etc. So these are all the IBM is nothing but the International Business Machine. The model name is for that particular computer is the 1620, the IBM 7094 or CDC, that is the Control Data Corporation, and so many other examples are also available for second generation computer. Then we come across your third generation computer. So to overcome the problem what we have seen in first generation computer and the second generation computer, again the advancement of your second generation computer is the third generation computer. So in third generation computer, this computer comes for the duration 1964 to 1971. इस दरमियान जो कंप्यूटर्स आए 1964 और 1971 के बीच में उस जनरेशन ऑफ कंप्यूटर को हम क्या बोलते हैं? द थर्ड जनरेशन ऑफ कंप्यूटर. So some important points related to the third generation computer are, in third generation computer we start making use of the device that we call as an integrated circuit. Or the IC or the chip. So again the IC is smaller in size compared to your transistor, and one IC is equivalent to thousands or lakhs of the transistors. So once again the size of the third generation become the small as compared to your first and second generation. The heat consumption, heat producing is very less compared to the first and second generation. Then the power consumption is also very less, and here we started using as an input device the keyboard and the mouse. Then we are using these computers are very reliable. So in these particular computers we are using the keyboards and the mouse, that is the monitors used for inputs and the outputs, and speed is very high. Storage capacity is also high. Smaller in size and faster. So these are the some of the important points related to your third generation computer. And the examples for the third generation computer are IBM 360, Honeywell, series, PDP, etc. So the example for the third generation computer. So these are the points related to your third generation computer. The first generation computer, second generation, and the third generation computer. In third generation computer, we are making use of the device called as an integrated circuit, that is a chip, which is going to be placed on a motherboard for processing it. And that chip is very small in size and it is very high in speed. So one chip or the one IC is equivalent of thousands of the transistors. And in the third generation of computer, we start making use of a keyboard and monitors for input and output. And the third generation computer is speed is very high compared to the first and second generation computers. The storage capacity is also high. Then we find these third generation computers smaller in size and it produces the result very fast compared to the previous two computers. Then the example for these computers or the third generation computers are the IBM 360 series, the Honeywell 6000 series, the PDP, the personal data processing, etc. are the examples for the third generation computer. Okay, so now next we will move to our next generation of computer.